This will be good. Give everybody a minute to get here. I'm gonna grab my pencils. Way I can write things down. It should be good. I have this entire notebook, and we're going through the wiki today. So, it ought to be fun. Okay. I probably should have started this on my phone, but that's fine too. Where is it? I should probably share my screen first. Okay, let's get this done. Where is it? Where's the tab? Okay, here we go. Yay, Walten files. Okay. Make sure it's working. Should be. Now, first off, I'm going to explain what we're gonna do today. So let's just go through the starter welcome page to the wiki. Turn down my earbuds. Okay. This is a definitive wiki archiving all things related to the Walten Files universe. The Walten Files is a YouTube series created by Martin Walls. Of course. The series has a disturbing, dark atmosphere surrounding a children's restaurant, Bond's Burgers, as well as its parent company, BSI, Bunny Smiles Incorporated. Bond's Burgers has 5 animatronics: Bon, Sha, Buzu, Banny, Billy, the Showstoppers. The Walten Files is compiled in the form of VHS tapes made in the 1970s and 80s. It contains live action and 2D animation. Okay, so we can click on any one of these, and this is just telling you all the... Ooh, there's so much here. So, why don't we start here? And while that's loading, okay. Also, the reason I'm doing a Walten Files video today of all days is because today is May 2nd. And on May 2nd was the day Felix crashed the car and Ed and Molly died. Very, very big day in the franchise, and I just thought it seemed kind of important, so we're going to do a video about it. And I can see the comments, they're just not on screen because it gets kind of annoying watching later. Okay, the Walten Files. There are 138 pages to go. Bon. For the version that appears in the game, Bunny Farm, see Bon, Bunny Farm. For the iterations of Bon that appear in the Mysterious House and Booze's Ghosts, respectively, stop. Okay, we're good. See Pumpkin Rabbit and Mortality. Bon is the leader of the Showstoppers and the titular antagonist. Okay. So anyway, this is his current... This was him during the restaurant days. This is him in tape 1. Bunny Farm. Cartoon from the ads. Welcome to Bond's Burgers. I think that's what this is. In Madness. Okay. Welcome to Bond's Burgers, Night of the Living Robot. Happy birthday, old friends. Bond takes NASA, mini buns. There's so much stuff here. Okay. Appearances. The introductory tapes, Relocate, Lucky You, Bunny Farm, Guilty, the Health Department PSA. That was fun. It's not on Martin Wall's channel anymore, but somebody put it on YouTube recently. Okay. So anyway, 138 pages. We're going to see how much we can do. 2 hours. Bond was the mascot for the Bond's Burgers franchise. Shortly after the death of Ed and Molly Walten, today, Bond began acting strange and ended up killing several employees, along with Rosemary Walten. After Rose's strange death, he moved into the K9 storage facility, attacking more employees. It is unknown whether he remains in the building or not. I'm gonna say no, because it works for my comic. And my comic is hilarious. How fun they're yelling. Bond is an animatronic rabbit with a large stature, similar to an adult man. He has blue fur all across his body with a white muzzle and belly. He has floppy ears which seem to be 2 segments connected by a screw, small green eyes, a large muzzle that takes up half his entire head, constant grin, small thin nose, and a full set of long thin teeth with noticeably larger front teeth because he's a rabbit. He has a small neck and many white and red wires seemingly wrapped around it. He has large hands with 4 white fingers and wide feet with 3 white toes. He wears with a small button underneath. It's a little black button right underneath his bow tie. Of all the showstoppers, he seems to be the most damaged in his withered state. Yeah, he's like completely mangled. Numerous holes across his body, including a massive hole on his upper chest, like his entire chest is gone. With a lack of plush suit revealing the mech on his lower arms and legs. Most of the animatronics are like that. Other differences include sunken eyes and thinner, sharper teeth. He also appears to have longest claws out of all these showstoppers. It's true. Water. Out of my Bond's Burgers mug. Very nice. My mysterious house shirt. And, news before we keep going. You know those places that'll, like, buy extra of limited edition things? I just so happened to find a Bond plushie from the makeshift orders, because I didn't get mine. So, it'd be here by the end of the month. And then we'll have a new Bond. Because the little one I made got thrown away by people at school. Okay? Now let's keep going. Because we've got 137 more to do. Company introductory tape. This was the first tape of the series. Bond is only shown a few minor times in the first 2 parts of the tape. He's shown as Prime singing with the Showstoppers, being repaired by Little Bond, and briefly seen behind Sophie at the end of the cartoon. The final tape in the episode shows Brian Stells as he runs a check on the animatronics in the Kane storage facility. He approaches Bond and tests his joint movements. The tests seem to go on until Bond springs to life. Okay, we're gonna slow down. And does its own sporadic movements while starting to laugh. The scene cuts to Bond's face as human eyes appear in his empty eye sockets and blood starts to leak from them. Brian is then shown trying to run away from Bond, but Bond catches up and attacks Brian, making him drop the camera. The screen turns to black as Brian is laying on the floor, breathing heavily as 2 white dots twitch in the darkness. Brian turns his flashlight on and reveals a blood-covered Bond. After this, Bond hurts Brian so badly it leaves him paralyzed and severely mangled. But he isn't dead yet. It's presumed Brian left for dead by Bond on the 4th floor. Anyway, Brian Stells poster behind me. I still gotta get 2 more picture frames? No, 3 more picture frames. Then I can put up the other ones, because that's like literally all I have to put up. My life-size Stardust Crusaders posters and the other 3 Walten Files posters. Okay. Relocate Project. In the second video of the series, Bond is again only shown in brief moments. He is first shown in a flashback where Rosemary Walten is lured into a back room in Bond's Burgers. Bond then tells her that she is broken. Yes, and Bond will make her beautiful. Air quotes. He then proceeds to dismember her in a very brutal fashion. Okay, I'm turning this down, because it's messing with my speaky patterns. Afterwards, putting her severed body to Shaw. The next time we see him again is in the last part of the video with Ashley and Kevin in the K9 store facility. The last time we see him is when Ashley is alone playing the cassette tape, which she found in the storage areas on Billy the Clown's cassette player. The tape has then began to list off the names of Bond's victims, including Ashley, to drop her flashlight out of fear. Okay. When she finally succeeds to turn it back on, appears right in front of her. Ashley screams as Bond attacks her, and at the end of the video, it is revealed that Bond massacred her and put her to sleep. Oh, in the next video, text is shown, which seems to be talking to the viewer. It is speculated that this is Bond. We're going to assume you guys already know my theory on it. Okay. And this is just text from Look at You. Okay, I have the hiccups. I'm trying not to be too loud. Okay, that should help. Which is the longest, but has one of the shortest Wiki archives. Okay, in the third video of the series, Bond is mainly shown in the parts of victims, and the ways they died are shown. Yes. The first appearance is when Susan Woodings tries to fix Bond's irregularities in the back room. Bond proceeds to spring to life and attack Susan, and then afterwards put her mangled body in Benny. Yes. The next time we see Bond is when he finds Charles and proceeds to kill him and then stuff him into Buzu. The last time we see him is in the end of the video where he approaches the other Bond and starts to sing Daisy Bell. Yes. Then cuts to Bond twitching and jerking his face, and the body distorts along with 2 distorted images of children's faces flashing around the screen. Okay. Should be able to see that better. Turn the brightness up. The scene ends with Bond holding his head in his metallic hands as the screen repeatedly flashes red. The scene is theorized to imply that Bond is possessed by a ghost, or 2. Although many have theorized this is most likely Jack, since he's the only person missing who hasn't been confirmed to be possessing anything yet, I say he's being controlled by Ed and Molly, because they're controlling, like, everything. Okay. Or at least, that's my theory. But hey, that's just a theory. Okay. I had more, supporting details than game theory did about that. And I came up with it well before watching the video. Remember that. Bond's personality is rarely shown. He seems to be a violent psychopath, brutally mutating people for no reason to make them beautiful. However, in the intro tape, he is seen cowering in fear, showing some feelings for Sophie Walten, showing immense guilt. His empathy seemingly doesn't extend towards others, as Bond seems proud of what he did in Lucky You. Yes, but the color and tone of his voice changed. I'm saying that's probably not the same. I'm saying Jack was the one talking in white, and then it shifted to Ed and Bond. their appearances. The ad, one of the best ones ever. Bon is one of the main characters of this ad. He, Banny, and Boozer are all in a cave looking for treasure, and Bon seems rather annoyed that there's nothing there. However, he is surprised to see the plushie when it appears, but he claims that he knew it was there the whole time. Also, the plushie happens to be a plush of Bon. Okay, gallery. First known picture of Bon. First digital appearance. Reddit. Here, can I do this? Yeah. Icon of my OC called Bon. Not the original name, okay? It's not. I mean, it's a good name, though. It fits, not all that original. Hope you like it. Use him if you want. I like him. Ooh. I was never good at digital art. Oh, there he is. Huh. Okay. I want to hold what these pictures are about, so. Okay. Bon and the teaser for Welcome to Bonds. Bon and the old trailer in Bon's Burgers. Gameplay. Sprite from Welcome. Bon after shift. The zoo area. We're definitely going to do an entire video about Welcome to Bon's Burgers. Hand puppet in the minigame. I want this as a poster. This is really cool. Scare. Camera 1. Bon card. I like that. Sprite. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna action this. You got any games on your phone? This is from Booz's holiday message. This was from Relocate Project, yeah, at the very beginning. This is from Bunny Farm. Minigame from Bunny Farm. Yes, the Memorize minigame, Booz's minigame. This was part of his minigame. Or at least one of them. Keep an eye. Those are 3 very important words in referring to the Walten files. Small Bon from the community tab. Got this entire picture saved on my phone. Parts and service area. I think that was also from Bunny Farm. Oh, this is like the nice pictures. This is from the Patreon? Cameo. Yes. Look, it's a spawn. Animation, art. Okay. So small. Cartoon Billy and Bon, Walten Files 4. I like it. Yes. 1-year anniversary. Oh, and here's from Find Jack Walton. But even then, we won't, because we've been on that page like a dozen times in this channel. Okay, Bon was created back in 2016. Well, that would make him, what, about 6? In Welcome to Bon's Burgers, Bon is voiced by Martin Wolf. Of course. Bon is based on the characters Bonnie. Of course. He's a blue bunny. Literally just the first half of Bonnie's name. Much better character, though. Takes his color scheme from Toy Bonnie. Yeah, from second game. Bond cameos in A Week with Boo Boo, which was a fan game. Current picture, look at him. Billy. Okay. Now, let's go back. Come on. Okay, that's not gonna work. Back to the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna wait for it to load. Did I really keep turning the TV back up? Wait here momentarily where I go yell at them and wait for this to load. I've returned. Okay. I found the ads can load, but nothing else. Eh. Come on, load. Am I supposed to do my video? Go. Okay, we're on Shaw next. Please load. Please. Can you guys please stop talking so loudly? I can hear you through the walls. You're very loud. Always gotta be yelling during my videos. They can't ever just get along for 2 minutes. Okay, Shaw, let's go. Yeah, Rose is beautiful, but on the inside it felt like every part of her body was bleeding. Now these are some pages I know a little bit better. I've been on Shaw and Rosemary's Wiki pages for quite a while. Okay, not the Shaw you were looking for. That's fine. Shaw is a major character in Welcome to Bond's Burgers, along with the Walten Files, animatronic sheep performs showstoppers. Okay, this is... I pay for the good internet. Give me the good internet. Okay, Prime. Here we go. Off in the cartoon, yeah. Animatronic from the cartoon. Sprite and Bunny Farm. And welcome to Bond's Burgers. Possessed by Rosemary, status active. Known locations, Bond's Burgers and Canine. Appearances in Welker's Night of the Living Robot and Mini Bonds. History. Shaw performed alongside Bond and the other animatronics in the Walten Files restaurant. One night, Bond killed Walten and stuffed the dead woman's body inside the animatronic, where her restless spirit is now trapped. After the restaurant, Shaw was moved into the canine storage facility where she currently resides. Appearance. In the Walten Files, she has a similar figure to adult woman. I can't speak today. Which means thinner waist, larger hips, thinner limbs compared to the others. She has white fur throughout her entire body, save for the face, ears, and belly, which are a lighter shade of beige. Her eyes are tan/yellow. Her ears are long and pop out from the upper side of her head. She wears a small blue collar with a yellow tag that has her name written on it. It's very round and curly, similar to sheep wool. Well, she's a sheep. And appears to be 3 large tufts around her head. One on top and one on each of the sides. Her hands are large with 4 black fingers, and her feet are very small with 2-toed hooves. Despite being a sheep, she seems to be the only showstopper with fangs, which not even Bond. Good theory about that, actually. I'll do a video on that. In her withered appearance, she is virtually the same, albeit with the plush suit being a dirty gray and completely removed from her lower arms and legs, like everybody else. Well, for the most part, not everybody. There are also several holes, some with white and red wiring hanging out throughout her body. Yes. Her right eye is now orange instead of white. She has appeared to be either fake makeup or dried blood running from her eyes. The intro tape. She's briefly shown and mentioned when the narrator goes over the Showstoppers band, along with her little counterpart, is featured prominently in the second tape. Yes. Relocate Project. She appears during the technical supports tape. First in the picture alongside Bond, that appears briefly before Shaw enters the animatronic storage area, where then she's seen in her withered state laying next to Bond as Shaw discusses animatronic storage. A little later in the same tape, typo, she can be seen right after Bond kills Rosemary, when he then takes her dismembered body and puts it into Shaw, leading to the animatronic and covered in blood. The scene then cuts to her in what appears to be a dark room, where she talks about how Rosemary feels being inside of her, before violently twitching about with Rosemary's face being revealed under the mask. I just try and read too fast. Then my words get jumbled. She finally appears during the final tape, where she's seen in a very damaged state, moving her now broken jaw as the workers discuss having to change some of the pieces of the animatronics and trying to make them look as new as possible. In Ashley's words, I think. Shaw's at the end of the video. Yes. Perhaps. She appears in some of the photos, along with an appearance during the segment with text. It also seems that her mech is seen at the end of the video, as evidenced by having her eye color and having ears in the same spot. The red text, which is most likely Bond, goes to talk about how these animatronics are filled with life and now they're beautiful. Yes. Okay, here's from the minigame. A very brief clip of shot tall in her prime state, is among the clips seen during the opening of the episode. She's most prominently featured in the hide-and-seek portion of Bunny Farm, a cartoon version of her animatronic form, noticeably lacking eyes. It is seen in a heavily corrupted opening cutscene to the minigame. Yes. Second. She speaks with the animatronic Bon and asks if he wants to play hide and seek. Bon says yes, and she tells him that she'll hide. After Sophie looks for Shaw for a bit, she finds her in a barn, and upon selecting her, an image of her in bloody pieces is shown very briefly. Yes. Then, Shaw becomes the seeker. Sophie then hides inside of the forest. After a bit of music plays, Shaw finds her and slowly approaches the front of the school. Shaw then speaks using Rosemary's voice, asking her, "Am I still beautiful to you?" Before proceeding to a very choppy and distorted version of Rosemary's face. After this, it plays the horrific murder of Rosemary by Bon, which is shown as an image of Shaw with Rosemary's distorted face over her head. Yes. Right after that, it swiftly cuts to a blood-covered Shaw violently stands close to her face, while screaming in both pain and fear. Sophie then finally remembers and says, here, it's towards the end of Bunny Farm. She also briefly appears in the final segment, well, all the animatronics do, along with Banny and Buzu, yes, where their character sprites, now motionless, distorted facial features, are seen in front of an empty stage. After interacting with the other characters, Sophie interacts with Shaw's character sprite, and she is then given a black and white Shaw's animatronic face, seemingly covered in blood. However, unlike the other two characters' pictures, this picture seems to be slightly distorted. Okay, personality. Shaw seems to be a very calm and easygoing character from what was shown, especially in Bunny Farm at the beginning of the game. Usually speaking in near monotone, however, when shown in her withered state, she almost seems to show a very depressed and broken personality when describing Rosemary's fate. Okay. Welcome to Bon's Burgers. Price corner at 3. Oh, is it really going to tell me now? Yeah, let's go. There's so many of these to look through. You can see them both. Oh, I like this one. She's got green eyes in this one. And part of her broken casing, are those lights shining? Mm-hmm. Ooh, I see her endo. Okay. And you can see her on the left and Bon on the right, and it tells you how many hours you have in the top. Welcome to Bon's Burgers. Mm-hmm. And she's on the right, and there's a toy Bon in the middle. Toy Shaw. Seen that? And there she is. Is that from Bunny Farm? And then that's from the New Year's thing. Okay, now we're in a different wiki. Okay. Next. You're gonna be Banny or Buzu, depending on which one's next. Okay, so that took 15 minutes. So we're definitely not getting through all of them. Come on. Okay, is it gonna load now? Guess the answer is... Wait. Yeah, but... There we go. That works. Buzu is an animatronic showstopper that performed in Bond's Burger, the only other humanoid besides Billy. And isn't he a ringmaster? That works. Yeah, like, he's not entirely the casing on his legs and arms. Like, he's missing the top part of his arm, which is strange compared to the other animatronics. And he's got his fingers, but not the right part of his hand. Or, well, our right is left. Come on. It's close while I'm at it. Does this never want to work? Nope. Okay, anyway. Possessed by, we're assuming, Charles. I mean, it's pretty much been told to us, but you never know. Buzu was one of the showstoppers in Bond's Burgers. At some point, Charles was killed and had his body put inside Buzu. We pretty much have a good timeline of when that could have happened. He was later transported to K9 after Bond's closure. Now, there shouldn't be a lot. Buzu's an animatronic based on a human magician. Okay. He has a round head, round, thin eyebrows, oval shaped eyes, blue pupils. There we go, words. Triangular nose, large round mustache, orange cheeks, and long brown hair that curls upwards at ends past his chin. He wears a black top hat and bow tie, along with a red vest and white pants. He has very small hands, and he wears long white gloves and long black boots. Yes. In his withered state, he is largely the same, albeit with holes around his body, damaged dirt, and the casing on the top of his right arm being gone, and his left hand. Lack of top hat and plush on his lower arms. I mean, I guess. His jaw have seemed to be broken, likely due to Charles being stuffed inside him. He's seen singing along with Bon and Banny. with the song, the sun has got his hat on, doggy in the window, and old MacDonald's had a farm. His little version seen in the first half of Little Bond's Neighborhood, along with the other showstoppers. Yes, and there isn't a lot we know about him. First scene. Okay, this is Lucky You now. First seen in reused episode 1 footage, along with being seen in photos being piled up in storage. His head is also seen along with the heads of the other cast members in Bond's threatening message to Sophie Walten. Or we're assuming, because Lucky You is. Yes. Buzu is first seen in the first tape of Relocate Project as a small plush toy in the ground of merchandise as the narrator discusses the other forms of media Bond's Burgers has made. Like merch. I bought the merch. See, I bought the merch. It's still in perfect condition. Oh, wait. Oh, there, I bought the merch. Okay, wait. I had Jolly Rancher in here. Okay, we're good. He's next seen in technical support. Yeah, I finished that. Okay, he's next seen in technical support tape, where again he's a small plush toy seen in a merchandise as Sean mentions that the second closet is used for storing restaurant merch. Then a little afterwards, his animatronic form is seen inside the rest of the showstoppers in the storage room. Yeah, that's not comfortable. He's fine in the Relocate Project tape, in a very damaged state as the workers record the last video, and his mask is seen when Ashley finds a room full of heads. It's also important to note that the word is very faintly written on it. Where? Okay, I'm gonna go find that. Okay. Boozu's featured in his minigame section. He's shown in all of the cutscenes of his minigame, yes. Well, if it's his minigame, I would hope so. Usually introducing the minigame, congratulating the player. Congratulations! When the first game starts glitching, showing Charles, Buzu in his broken form appears with Charles' face placed over him. Shortly after a scene of Charles' black and white distorted face is shown, we see a bloody Buzu with heavy breathing sounds playing, until what seems to be a short roar sound is heard. Afterwards, we see Buzu with the mangled, smiling corpse of Charles inside him, then disappearing, leaving the eyes and mouth, which seem to be directly parallel his death in Buzu's ghosts. They do. Is it just me, or out of all the death pictures, people stuffed in the animatronics, Charles, except for at the end of Relocate Project when you see Ashley's face literally go smoosh. Okay. Finally, in the scene where the now distorted sprite version of himself, Banny and Shaw appear in an empty stage. With Banny, Sophie interacts with it, which then brings up a black and white picture of it. It seems to be covered in blood, but doesn't seem to be in his withered state. Not that his head looks much different in his withered state. Okay, his jump scare. I like it. It's really cool. Unused scene from the Relocate Project. I like the shading. It looks really nice. Radar icon. Like that too. He's got pink eyes. Yes, this is when he looks like the Pringle Man in Kane's Bridge. And this is from Bunny Farm, the poster. The Memorize minigame, yes. Still with Bunny Farm. Congratulations. One of my favorite characters to be. Okay, we're good. Neutral chibi appearance. These are just sprite forms. Yeah, you get it correct. You spot the difference. Charles inside Buzu. This is still really cool and creepy. Brief clip from the season 1 trailer. I gotta watch that again. This was also from the season 1 trailer. Sure. In Welcome to Bond's Burgers, Boozer removes his mustache when he attacks the player, similar to Choi Chica removing her beak in FNAF 2. Okay. Bunny Farm, Boozer has more lines than any of the other showstoppers, with him having even more lines than Bond. That's great. Well, I mean, we did know the least about Charles and Boozer, so it makes sense giving him more lines. Boozer played a role in all of the commercial trilogies. Okay, my Jolly Rancher got stuck in my teeth for a moment, but we're good. He was the spokesman and narrator in It's That Time of Year Again. Very nice video. Treasure Hunting Group, and Ebenezer Boozu in Boozu's Holiday Message. And yes, real Boozu does cameo at the end, and is the funniest stuff you'd ever see. Okay. Let's go next. This probably isn't going to be the longest video. I'm probably going to do them in batches of 5 or 6 until I get through the entire wiki. Okay, here. Banny? Okay, Banny. I can sit here for as long as I need to. I have my cup of water and my amazing mug. I just ate food, so I should be fine. Got my iPad here so I can do some more art. And then there's things I have in for some videos. Like the fact that we know the location of the hotel. But that's a whole different thing. Okay, anyway. Okay, this was current Banny. Still not gonna work, is it? Maybe if I do this. I was gonna move it sideways, but I guess not. I should redraw the animatronics. Because I drew them about 6 months ago. And that was the first time I drew them. Pretty much the only time, except in my comics. Oh. Okay, Banny's one of the 5 showstoppers from Bond's Burgers restaurant. One of the 4 that appear in the original 74 lineup. Easy enough. Known locations, Pumpkin Rabbit's Maze. Oh yeah, that was its whole thing. Possessed by Susan Woodings. Appearances, all these. Appearances, all these. Banny is a member of the Showstoppers band. Shortly after Susan Woodings was killed, her body was stuffed into the animatronic. But that's a thing. How do we know she was dead when she was stuffed? because she said she could feel something. So she was either dead, but not in. She was either alive, or she was kind of dead, and that was just her ghost. But, I mean, she's getting human feelings like hunger, so who knows? And that was Bunny Farm, I think that said that. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I moved into K9 after Rosemary was killed. Appearance: Banny is a purple bunny animatronic with thinner physique compared to the other animatronics. She has blue eyes, a white muzzle, floppy ears, a small triangular nose, small teeth, and pink cheeks. Along with her muzzle, the fur around her eyes is white and extends to her muzzle. Her fur is a shade of pinkish purple that goes across her entire body, save for the belly, which is white. She has large hands with 4 white fingers and blocky feet with 3 white toes. She only wears a bright pink ribbon on her neck. In withered form, Banny has her right foot exposed and a bunch of holes in her legs and torso, including a noticeable one on her lower left torso. Right? Torso? Her right, our left. So she's missing like this entire chunk. But yeah, other than this here, this little bit right here, this chunk, this part, and this part, and I mean the little bit here and here, she's in pretty good condition compared to some of the other animatronics like Bon missing his entire chest. With the word cyberfun being found on the endo. Yes. Oh, she is seen wielding a candy bucket and wearing a fedora in Night of the Living Robot. In the intro tapes, oh, this is the shortest one yet, she's seen singing with the other showstoppers. In the Relocate project, we get a bit more. We see Banny inside a room with 3 corridors trying to find an exit when there isn't an exit, and this symbolizes how Susan is trapped in her robotic prison, unable to get out or escape. We hear quotes from the narrator furthermore symbolizing Susan's torment, such as the bunny rabbit needs to get out, the bunny rabbit is starving, and other quotes repeating like this for a bit. Especially being again saying that in Love Is, the other title being Linda, you know, the Showstoppers' second album, Sweet Tuesday. Let's see, where was I? After the quotes keep repeating on screen for a bit, she turns to face the camera and proceeds to start crying as the audio distorts and gets louder. Then the screen glitches out and it proceeds to show a very old footage of a massive herd of rabbits running around a wide fenced-in area. As people watch in the background, when Banny stands for the camera, it then cuts to show a close-up of her distorted face as heavily distorted noises play. For a brief moment before the tape ends, we see a purple bunny inside a cage, furthermore symbolizing her prison. Yes, because I've drawn that bunny in a cage before in one of my art dumps. Oh, Bunny Farm. This is cool too. Bunny Farm. She appears a lot during the Hippo House and Susan Wooding's sections, mainly as pictures showing her bloody face that appears very briefly on screen during some segments. These include after Sophie completes the sliding puzzle, where she appears for a split second, then after we're shown Susan's death, after the scene where her face shrivels up. Banny's blood-covered mask fades in front of it. Finally, at the end of the section, her mask melts away, revealing a heavily stretched and distorted version of Susan's face, heavily implying that her skin was stretched around the endoskeleton. Lastly, she appears in the final scene of the episode where she, Buzu, and Chao's distorted, motionless sprites are shown in the back, or shown in front of a large stage. Sophie interacts with her sprite and is given a black and white picture of the animatronic, Banny's head, seeming to have blood cover her face. Gotta be one of the least scary of these white pictures. Because we've seen pretty much all of them by now. As a living robot, Banny is a playable character in the minigame Candy Maze, where she tries to get candy from the Pumpkin Rabbit's house. She also appears at the end of every minigame saying either, "Ha, loser, take this," or "It's been a long night, take this." Within the minigame, Banny can acquire a knife to temporarily injure her attackers. Dangerous. Other appearances in It's That Time of Year, which was the merch drop video, I think. Banny is shown alongside Shaw with Buzu mentions your coworkers. Plush ad. Banny is one of the main characters in this ad. Yes, I don't need to go on further explaining that. We've watched it half a dozen times on this channel. Banny teaser in Welcome to Bond's Burgers. Banny icon in Welcome to Bond's Burgers. Looks very nice. I love this art style. Banny in the vents. She vented. Banny is sus? Banny imposter? Sussy imposter among us? Radar image in Welcome. Banny in what may have been one of the free roam sections in Welcome to Bond's Burgers. Jump scare. I like that jump scare. This was in the intro tape. Well, these both were. This was also from tape. This is the facial expressions. This was Relocate Project? Memorize minigame, yes. Banning Boozu's heads at the end of Boozu's holiday message. Banny's cartoon self in the ad. Okay, trivia. Banny's teeth are noticeably less sharper than the other showstoppers. Seems to share the common similarities with Bonnie from FNAF, with a similar design, name, and fur. Martin confirmed that Banny is lesbian, making her one of 4 characters in the series. Okay. Anyway, back to the top. Okay, we might just do one more. We might just do Billy. Because he's the last one. Yeah, Billy, let's go. Billy! What? Okay. We're good. Yes, and this is the little bit Billy said at the end of the Relocate Project. Yeah, he seems to be in some of the best condition. Like, damage-wise. Because he's got a hole right here, and he's missing the casing on his right hand. But if you cleaned him up, patched that hole, and a new casing for his right hand, you'll be able to tell. And yes, he is sad. The ghost. Yes. And there's some facts. I hope they put that in the fact. You'll see. He's a member of the Showstoppers. Is possibly alive. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, I get what they mean. Possessed by Ashley Parks. History. After the murder of Rosemary Walten, Billy was seen moving into the K9 storage facility. After a failed attempt at completing a relocate project, Billy was found by Ashley Parks while the other employees were sleeping. After being given a tape that and playing a tape that seems to be giving off a checklist of victims of Bon, Ashley was caught and stuffed into Billy. Now, appearance. Billy is an clown with a slightly pudgy figure and a blank white face and puffy red hair. He has small black ovals for eyes, a small red clown nose, and an empty smile. He wears a white ruff on his neck along with a green suit with 3 red buttons across the middle with a cassette player in his belly. He also appears in a yellow vest with a dark tan collar on top of said suit. He wears red gloves and large red boots with white stripes across the middle of the feet. You know, classic clown stuff. In his withered state, he looks virtually the same, save for the fact is missing, revealing a claw, along with a dirty face that might be blood running from his eyes and mouth, and some stitching damage on his upper legs. In the mysterious house, his appearance is much different. For one, his hair is wavier and more vividly red. He also has light blue makeup around his eyes, black eyelashes, and red lipstick. He now wears an orange ruff with outline and a suit with light blue, orange, and purple stripes with 4 bright orange buttons going in the middle. His glove and boots are now a shade of purple that's darker than the purple on the suit. Yes. Teaser. His animatronic form's head is shown as Bond's animatronic head, which is shown as just an outline. The head has a few changes, like a bigger smile. His head out as pictures of scenes from 2 flashing rapidly and repeating. Okay, that was in the teaser, yeah. A relocate project. Ashley finds the robot in one of the rooms of K9 in the back room behind the 3rd door, which is used to hide something. The tape player embedded into him. After Ashley plays the tape, she finds it's a version, there we go, of Billy's birthday song, But Things Go Awry, as it mentions names Jack, Susan, Charles, Rosemary, Sophie. Everyone being killed by Bon, minus Sophie and Jack. Ashley's flashlight stops working for a few seconds, and once she's on, Bon is in front of her and kills her. Bon then stuffs her corpse inside the animatronic. After this scene, Billy's face fills the screen. He says, "Hello, I'm Billy, the funny loony clown. Can I sing you a song?" The question mark spoke with knowledge, but not with question mark. And the last sentence reversed. Animatronic claw presumably bonds, then slowly takes off the mask, revealing Ashley's mangled, bloodied face inside, which then the left side of her face goes bleh, and then an image of text shows up. Yeah. Oh, the mysterious house, go. Billy appears when everybody's being introduced by Witch Sheep after Tammy and Ducky and Pumpkin Rabbit's house. And it's also the first one to appear after Tammy wakes up in the middle of the night in his robotic look. He doesn't end up doing anything besides standing there in the corner, staring endlessly and creeping the girl out. Yeah, he doesn't really move there. His Bunny Farm variant is the very first character he goes to interact with. During one of the cutscenes, his animatronic form can be seen in the background with a stretched out human face overlaying his normal one. Yes. Are we just going to forget Boozoo's ghosts? So. Include the mysterious house, but don't include Billy's first design. Me, Flumpty vibes. Yeah. Billy's icon, I like that. I like the icons. If there was just like a poster made of it, just a Welcome to Bon's Burgers poster with the icons on it, I would buy that. The radar icon, his may be the scariest. Game over screen. Ooh. Yeah, he may be the scariest animatronic. That Bon. Bon, what are you doing in my video? I want to start doing this thing where I somehow incorporate Jack Walten into all my videos. And then go, Jack Walten, what are you doing in my video? Billy's head used for the minigame and a teaser for Welcome to Bob's Burgers. Okay, Bill is the only showstopper to have two separate Halloween counterparts. He also has the most holiday counterparts in general. The song that Billy the Clown's discard tape plays is the Singing Birthday Song by Percy Platypus. I know because I listen to it on YouTube on a daily basis. Billy's first concept design from Bob's Burgers was actually used for a fake episode 4 leak to troll fans. Love trolling those fans. Billy's design was originally supposed to have eyes and a purple flower under his neck, but it ended up being scrapped, leading to him looking more like his original Bob's Burgers counterpart. Billy's designs bears a very noticeable resemblance to Ronald McDonald. This may be international, seeing as both characters are clowns. Intentional? That's intentional, not international. I can't speak. Both characters are clowns that advertise burgers. Bruh. Look at Ashley. He stole Sonic's shoes. I love the comments for these. Anyway, yeah, why is nobody talking about Boo's Ghosts? Is there a reason? Because we talk about the mysterious house even though both of them aren't canon. Or aren't canon. Okay, next one. I mean, I know I should stop, but we're only an hour and 7 minutes in. And I mean, it's May 2nd. I may just make this a series day. I read one weekly. And see how many days I can do that. Minus, I mean, the days I don't have internet. Because I don't always have internet. Because sometimes I go out of town. Okay. So while waiting for this to load, let's go to characters and see the other animatronics. Like, I was gonna see if there was something on Rocket, but does Rocket just not have a wiki page? 130. Is there a list of these pages I can see? Guess not. Okay, we're gonna do this. And see if it just takes us to a list of them. Ooh, it does. Ooh. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just read one every day. But let's see if I can find one. Okay, Rocket. Okay, here we go. And then this will probably be the end of it for this video. I was working on some Walten Files art, but it doesn't look the greatest, so I'm not even gonna post it. Plus, I mean, I only got some of Bond's outlining done. It's really cool. Okay. Finally started to remember that old doll. We'll be back for you, Sophie. That's what he says at the end of the first tape. of the intro tapes. Was it at the end? I think it was like the very end. Um, he's active. Good. Rocket is a small anthropomorphic rabbit with a slinky figure. He has gray fur across his body, save for the fur under his ears, muzzle, belly, fingers, and toes, white. He has a head that resembles the shape of a bell, with large flappy ears, small oval-shaped eyes with blue eyelids, well, dark blue, they're more dark blue, and a small muzzle with large black nose, six whiskers, and two large buck teeth, because he's a bunny, you know. And has short arms with small paws that have four fingers. I'm gonna go and fix these typos. Uh, Short but slightly thicker legs with round paws that have three toes. Only wears a purple bow tie with a single button underneath. Can I have a picture again? Is that purple or dark blue? I'd say it looks to be about the same color as his eyelid. So I'd say that's more dark blue. Unless you're gonna call his eyelids purple too. Oh, yo. In his have in his withered state, he has some tears on his tears. A small tear with wire sticking out his left ear, small tear on his left arm, some missing endo on his leg, and missing plush suit on his lower right leg. Yes. Okay, here. The intro tape relocate project. Yeah, I think you might be the. Yep. Hmm. Anyway, it won't get too boring. Uh, he's seen in his cartoon form after the first part of the video. Oh, I'm reading the Walten Files wiki. I'm gonna go through, and there's 138 pages. I went through the 5 main animatronics, and every day I'm going to just read one more. And I wanted to get through the animatronics. So this might be the last one for today. He's seen his cartoon form. Speaking of verse, at the end of the first tape, you finally start to remember that old day. They were looking for you, so after he speaks, he then cuts off, bringing us to the little Bond cartoon. Then the Relocate project, as Ashley Parks explores the canine storage facility, he's seen hanging on the wall of strings, on a set of strings, near a wall inside one of the rooms, near the cutout of the show bear in his cartoon version. He is in his withered state during the Relocate project. Oh yeah, I like reading. I also write too. And that was one of my last, might have been the last video I posted actually. The live stream of me reading one of my creepypastas. Rocket is featured mostly prominently so far in Bunny Farm. Yes, very big in Bunny Farm. He's firstly mentioned by Linda Thompson, Felix's ex-wife, where she explains that he was a gift made for Ed and Molly by Felix and Jack for Christmas. During the hide and seek minigame as a spur. Standing above the graves, top left, when the section area is on its third phase. Selection area. Then after Sophie interacts with the show bear, a very choppy image of himself in the style of other characters in their cutscene is shown. He thanks players for helping him out with the corn maze before glitching out into the scene where Jack calls Felix. Very important scene. He's then held by Molly during the intro cutscene before Sophie enters the school party. Yes, very important also. And then in the party itself, where he guides her through the school and near the drinking area. After that happens, he's seen in the middle of the forest in a damaged state. He is first in a sitting position before the two spirits of Ed and Molly enter inside of Rocket, after which he proceeds to stand up and move around. He is finally at the very end of the episode, right before the credits, sitting in a chair in his undamaged state, before the two faces of Ed and Molly appear to the top right and left of him. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, Gary. Unused drawing of Rocket from episode 1. Rocket barely seen behind the title card in Bunny Farm. Rocket as seen at the end of the plush ad. And then the cutscene sprite shown for a little bit. And last but not least, trivia. There is a misconception that Rocket's size is as big as the animatronics. However, in the Walten Files 2, Ashley points the camera to Rocket, giving the illusion that he is big and tall. When he isn't. He's small. The image of Rocket sitting in a chair may be a small nod to the Fun with Plush Trap minigame in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Ooh, Plush Trap. Gotta love Plush Trap. Okay. And that's that. Finally work. Oh, it is. Okay. The images weren't working earlier. Okay, so this is him in his prime. But his bow tie is blue, not purple. This is from Welcome to Bonds. Then you got the cartoon from tape 1. And his sprite. Okay. I'm probably gonna say that's it for today's video. With the wiki reading, I'm got some stuff to say. First of all, I will be getting my Bond plushie soon. It'll be fun. I like reading, but I read letters and epistles from priests and scholars. Stuff you might consider boring. Oh no, I think that stuff's really cool. Want to write to help others, but I don't have enough wisdom or faith yet. Oh, that's cool. I hope you make it one day. Yeah, Maria. So yeah, I did order my Bond plushie. Should be here by the end of the month. In time for my birthday video, towards the end of the month, which is going to be crazy fun. I've got tons of stuff planned, especially in the ways of Walten Files. So that'll be great. I'm hoping to get picture frames for my last 3 posters, so I can get those hung up. So, that's probably it for me. I'm going to try and get a small 10-minute video of me reading the wiki up every day, but that won't be a live stream. It'll probably just be a pre-recorded video. And fun, I already have recorded and edited, I just need to post it, a new Majora's Mask walkthrough video. Yay, it's been like a year since we've done those. So, for this video, I'm going to go post that video real quick. I'm going to go start recording my other videos. So, I'll be back tomorrow with a new Walten Files video.